The silent pain of aging parents. And the 6 powerful ways to reclaim respect. There comes a moment in every parent's life when something quietly shifts. The children you raised with love and sacrifice begin to treat you differently. They ignore your advice, dismiss your opinions. Sometimes they make you feel like a burden. It hurts, but here's the truth. Anger won't bring back their respect. Fighting won't fix it. But change will. In this eye-opening video, we reveal 6 powerful actions every parent can take when their children stop respecting them. No shouting, no begging, just calm, dignified choices that silently command respect and restore your rightful place in the family. Stop chasing their approval. Lead by quiet strength. Let go of emotional dependency. Set firm boundaries. Don't give without appreciation. Build a full life outside of them. If you've ever felt invisible in your own family, if you're tired of giving everything and receiving so little in return, this video is for you, because respect isn't demanded, it's earned through self-respect. Watch until the end, and you'll discover how small changes in attitude can completely transform the way your children see you. You don't need to fight to be respected. You just need to live like someone who deserves it. 1. Stop seeking your children's approval. There comes a point in every parent's life when trying to please your children starts doing more harm than good. Many parents, especially as they grow older, fall into the habit of constantly seeking their children's approval, saying yes when they want to say no, keeping quiet to avoid conflict, or going out of their way just to feel accepted. But the more you chase their approval, the more you unintentionally lower your value in their eyes. When you bend over backwards to be liked, what you're really telling them is that your needs, your opinions, and your feelings come second. And over time, they begin to believe it too. Respect is not earned through sacrifice. It's earned through self-respect. If you act like your approval depends on theirs, they'll treat you like someone who needs validation to feel worthy. But the moment you stop chasing their acceptance, something powerful shifts. When you speak your truth calmly, set clear limits, and hold yourself with dignity, your children begin to see you differently, not as someone desperate to please, but as someone who knows their worth. And in that strength, real respect is born. Sometimes the only way to be valued is to stop trying so hard to be liked. 2. Lead by example, not by argument. When your children dismiss your opinions or speak to you with disrespect, your first instinct might be to argue. You want to remind them of everything you've done, your sacrifices, your wisdom, your role in their lives. But here's the truth. Respect cannot be demanded through arguments. In fact, the more you fight to be heard, the more they tune you out. Respect isn't won through raised voices or long explanations. It's earned through presence, consistency, and the quiet strength of dignity. When you respond to disrespect with calm, firm self-control, you send a powerful message. You're not trying to win an argument. You're showing what self-respect looks like. People, even your children, notice when someone stands tall without needing to shout. They may not admit it, but deep down they feel the difference. Leading by example means carrying yourself with grace, even when others test your patience. It means staying true to your values, even when your voice shakes. Over time, your children will begin to see the contrast. They'll see that you don't need to force respect, you embody it. And in that calm confidence, they'll begin to mirror your tone, your presence, and ultimately, your respect. 3. Reduce emotional dependence on your children. One of the most difficult truths for parents to accept as they grow older is that their emotional well-being cannot depend on their children. You may love them deeply, long for their attention, or hope they will validate your worth. But the moment they sense that your happiness hinges on their presence, something shifts. They begin to feel pressure instead of connection. And when love becomes an obligation, it often turns into distance. Emotional dependence quietly erodes the parent-child bond, constantly waiting for their calls, needing their affection to feel fulfilled, or reminding them how much you miss them may come from love. But to them, it can feel like guilt. The result? They pull away, not because they don't care, but because they feel suffocated. True respect is born from independence. When you stop chasing their attention and start building your own emotional foundation through friends, hobbies, purpose, they start seeing you differently. Not as someone clinging to their approval, but as someone who stands strong on their own. That independence becomes magnetic. Instead of pushing them away, it draws them closer, because now they admire you. And from admiration, respect naturally follows. 4. Set and enforce clear boundaries. Respect doesn't disappear overnight. It slowly fades when boundaries go unspoken and unacceptable behavior is tolerated. When your children interrupt you, dismiss your opinions, or speak to you with a tone that belittles, and you respond with silence, you unintentionally teach them that such behavior is acceptable. Over time, what was once occasional becomes routine, not because they are cruel, but because they are human. And people, even those closest to us, treat us the way we allow. The solution lies in setting clear, firm boundaries, not with anger, but with calm certainty. Boundaries aren't about creating conflict. They're about creating clarity. It's saying, I won't accept being spoken to that way, or I deserve to finish my sentence without interruption. At first, your children might push back.
They may resist this new firmness from someone they once expected to always yield. But the moment you stand your ground with quiet strength, something shifts. They begin to understand that your self-respect is non-negotiable.
That your love remains, but your tolerance for disrespect does not. And in that moment, you're no longer just a parent. They start to see you as a person worthy of honor. Respect doesn't grow where boundaries are broken. It grows where they are enforced. 5. Stop giving without appreciation. Respect doesn't disappear overnight. It slowly fades when boundaries go unspoken and unacceptable behavior is tolerated. When your children interrupt you, dismiss your opinions, or speak to you with a tone that belittles, and you respond with silence, you unintentionally teach them that such behavior is acceptable. Over time, what was once occasional becomes routine, not because they are cruel, but because they are human. And people, even those closest to us, treat us the way we allow. The solution lies in setting clear, firm boundaries, not with anger, but with calm certainty. Boundaries aren't about creating conflict. They're about creating clarity. It's saying, I won't accept being spoken to that way, or I deserve to finish my sentence without interruption. At first, your children might push back. They may resist this new firmness from someone they once expected to always yield. But the moment you stand your ground with quiet strength, something shifts. They begin to understand that your self-respect is non-negotiable, that your love remains, but your tolerance for disrespect does not. And in that moment, you're no longer just a parent. They start to see you as a person worthy of honor. Respect doesn't grow where boundaries are broken. It grows where they are enforced. 6. Build a life outside of your children. As parents, it's easy to pour all our energy into raising our children, making their needs and well-being the center of our lives. However, this can create an unhealthy dynamic where our children begin to see us as people with no life of their own. When you invest only in your role as a parent, you may unintentionally put pressure on your children to fulfill your emotional needs, making them feel burdened. This can cause them to distance themselves from you, as they may start to feel that their relationship with you is driven by obligation rather than genuine affection. Building an independent life outside of your children is crucial for maintaining a healthy relationship. By focusing on your own interests, hobbies, and goals, you not only enrich your own life, but also gain a sense of fulfillment that doesn't depend on your children's attention. When your children see that you are living a full and meaningful life, they begin to view you with newfound respect. They no longer feel that they are responsible for your happiness. Instead, they will approach you out of genuine respect, drawn to your independence and the life you've created for yourself. Final message. The key to gaining respect from your children isn't about demanding it or forcing it. It's about inspiring it through your actions and mindset. Respect is not something that can be simply commanded or expected. Instead, it must be earned through the way you live your life. By fostering self-respect and setting clear boundaries, you naturally create an environment where respect flourishes. When you respect yourself, you demonstrate that your worth isn't up for debate, and this prompts others, including your children, to see you in a different light. Changing your own behavior and mindset is the first step toward reclaiming the respect you deserve. This transformation doesn't require confrontation or argument. Instead, it comes from a place of inner strength and confidence. By setting boundaries, living independently, and carrying yourself with dignity, you teach your children how to treat you. Over time, this shift will lead to them respecting you, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it through your own growth. As you change, your relationship with your children will change as well, rekindling the respect that was lost, not through force, but through example. As we age, it's essential to remember that respect isn't something we can demand from others, especially our children. It's something we inspire through how we live, the boundaries we set, and the way we honor ourselves. By shifting our mindset and behaviors, we create an environment where mutual respect can grow naturally. The more we stop chasing approval, ask yourself, are you respecting yourself enough to inspire respect in others? Are you setting healthy boundaries that honor your feelings? Today, take a moment to reflect on how you can apply these principles in your life. Start small, whether it's saying no when needed, finding joy in hobbies outside of your family, or simply living with dignity. You have the power to shape the relationships you desire, even with your children. Share in the comments how these ideas resonate with you. What steps will you take to create a more respectful and balanced life with your family? Let's support each other in this journey.